Hello everyone, we just got ourselves a massive new console mod drop in Baldur's Gate 3's mod manager, and we got ourselves mods like a Werewolf origin mod, which I know a lot of people were looking forward to. In addition to this, we got some of my favorite class mods now on console, and we also got ourselves a ton of new faces. So there's a lot of things here to be excited about, and I guess the first thing I want to touch on is one of my favorite class mods, the Blood Rager. Now this is like a spellcaster barbarian kind of mix. It's similar to if you've ever played Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, you'll know like the archetype, the Blood Rager. So this is a class that I've covered previously in the past in a couple different videos. I love this class. It's got a bunch of different subclasses I'll be getting into a bit later in this video. We also got ourselves the Ill Rigger, which is a class for Dungeons and Dragons. It's kind of like the antithesis of a paladin. It's evil. It's about the 9 hells. And it's a ton of fun to play as. So we also got that there. We also got ourselves the Forge Domain Cleric. Now I know that this is cool because we got a lot of different domains for clerics, and this is one that's focused around fire damage, which we'll be covering a bit later in the video as well. In addition, we got ourselves the Phoenix Bearer. Speaking of fire, so this is a fire-based class, and it's all about the evocation fire spells. So covering that one as well in this video. And we got ourselves, this is a really cool class or mod, guys. This is the Origin Classes Complete. Now what this does is it gives you different classes that matches what each of the Origin characters would, have. So we got the Daughter of Darkness, the Orb Bearer, the Blade of Frontiers, the Heart of Fire, Astral Soldier, and the Night Stalker. Each of these comes complete with a bunch of different abilities here. So like for example, Shadowheart's Daughter of Darkness. A level 1 spellcaster with a unique Paladin Cleric limited spell list with Sanctuary Command, Divine Favor, Guiding Bolt, Shadowheart's Wrathful Smite, Healing Word, Disguise Self, and Shield of Faith. And the Wrathful Smite does not cost a bonus action to use skills and damage at the same time as cantrips. It scales from 1d6 to a 3d6. The spell is inspired by her training in torture. Shadowheart's favored weapons. This is a combination of pack weapon and bound weapon, binding either a dagger or a spear to Shadowheart, which causes the weapon to use wisdom instead of strength or dexterity. It also gives the weapon returning feature, so you can do some throwing with that. And Shadow Step. This feature is the way of the Sharons and the Shadow Monks, so she can use this at will if she's lately or heavily obscured. It's basically like like you can just teleport to any darkness. Kind of similar to the Shadow Sorcerer now has this too. I'll be going into a bit more detail on this a little bit later in the video as well. We also got ourselves Shadowheart Werewolf. This is another mod by Lord President. They've made a lot of fantastic mods for Baldur's Gate 3, and this is just another great one because I know people have been waiting, asking for a werewolf, and we now got ourselves the werewolf Shadowheart. So Shadowheart is seen, it's not just her deity and her mission. With her fear wolves, her secret is hidden in plain sight. Shadowheart is a werewolf and can transform into this form in a fight. So the way that this can end up working properly on consoles is that it's only, well, in combat. So one of the biggest issues that I've seen and experienced is whenever there's like a different wild shape form, let's say you're a werewolf type character, if you go to the magic mirror, it'll crash your game. So I think that's one of the big things that was holding back race mods from coming to console, but I think we're gonna start to see some workarounds, and this is another really cool one. So we'll hopefully see more like this coming from Lord President. So they also have the Vampire Origin, the new Vampire Origin mod, which was recently just released a console, but the Werewolf Origin actually causes issues with console, but the Shadowheart one doesn't. It basically lets you do this werewolf transformation for Shadowheart. So yeah, I think that it's amazing that it's working and now on console for everybody. Now this is a cool mod, the Hydra Base. Now what this basically does is you can use any face on any different head. So it looks something like this. Like you got all these different heads, so you can use them on your character here. Some of them look great. Like I'm playing as a half-drow elf here, so some of them, they don't fit the face seems very well, but there's some that look great. Like I like this one. This one in particular looks very nice. Just feels great for a player character. But yeah, you got all these different options here. It fits a variety of different character sets, and you even got like tiefling ones, although some of them don't really fit the face that well, and they look different depending, like if you're a tiefling using a face from an elf, it may look awesome. So yeah, that's a new mod that we got here, the Hydra Base mod by Better Gate 3. So yeah, it's basically that you swap around different faces. I think these type of mods are really cool. Again, just allowing people to have full customization over the character. It's great. Yeah, we also got ourselves Fear Tailor's Die 2.0, Alan's Hummingbird, and Adonis Blue. So basically what this does is it gives you a bunch of different dye colors for the game, and it's really good because I think that I'm someone that uses basically just favoring colors. So now getting the FT die here, Fear Tailor's die, like for example, on this outfit here, it looks like this. Very vibrant. Normally you can't get it looking that vibrant, and this actually works very well on a variety of different armor sets. So if you're looking for something new, this could very well be it. It looks fantastic on pretty much any armor set that you use, just providing a bunch of different colors that you can't get any other way. So again, Fear Tailor has the camp clothing mod, and this one works perfectly with it. You can literally do like a near endless amount of combinations. Look at that, even on the Wave Mother's robe, you got that nice green sleeves there. Yeah, it's so cool. It works well on the armor sets too. Like for example, here's the armor of agility with this nice purple dye on it. So yeah, there's a lot of customization you can do to get the absolute perfect appearance for your character. What's nice is some of these make it look unlike anything else that you can do in the game. Even some armor sets that are notoriously hard to apply dye to can work with this. They even have a green J dye. But yeah, it looks awesome. Everything about this mod is great. Shouts out to Fear Tailor for this one. And next we got ourselves the 2024 Player's Handbook Dragonborn. Another Dragonborn overhaul mod. This one's made by Rookie CF here. Now what this does is it changes your breath weapon scaling to 1d10 at level 1, 2d10 at level 5, and 3d10 at level 11. It also scales further if you have mods that enable the higher levels. And you can choose the shape of your breath attacks every time you use it, so either the straight line or the cone. And breath attacks work with extra attack. Draconic Flight at level 5, only 1 minute, which is 10 turns. Breath weapons use breath weapon charges. The number is based on your proficiency bonus instead of recharging on short rest. I think that's a really cool change because yeah, instead of getting 1 per short rest, you can now use 4, and that's just a much greater way of using it. And you also get dark vision. So yeah, this is great. The Dragonborn is not that good, so anytime that they get a buff, I think it's an awesome mod to install if you're a fan of Dragonborn. Now we got ourselves beards for elves, and as you can imagine, this gives elves beards. So yeah, previously elves aren't able to select beards. You can create some pretty funny looking appearances here. So yeah, I think that's awesome. Again, opening up the character creator to make new combinations is just awesome. And we got ourselves the choose your scores, choose your character. You can basically set your stats to whatever number you want. This is more in depth than the other mods. So if you have a D&D character sheet that you wanted to implement into Baldur's Gate 3, now's your chance to be able to do it. So yeah, you can fully change all of them. You get it at the Aaron at the Grove. Could also be found on the Nautiloid too. And Mystic Feat for every 1 level by Zevo, the creator of the Mystic mod. This now allows you to get a feat at every level. I know some people really like these mods. I don't know. Some people may experience issues with this mod on console. I found that any of the mods that change feats do mess with the new subclasses. So just a little heads up. It may cause some issues. Not entirely sure. Your mileage may vary. With modding, not every mod is guaranteed to work. That's just the thing. Now we also got ourselves the John Zix Infernal Fire Dice set by John Zix. Yeah, the new die mod. This looks nice. Yeah, look at that. Nice and fiery golden red. Sweet. We also got ourselves the Artificer feat every level mod by Echo 0000. And yeah, this is another good mod if you want to have a feat every single level. If you're playing the Artificer, now's your chance. And we also got ourselves the Lydia's Head Ophelia by Playmon. So awesome new mod here. So basically this gives a new like South Asian rep face. So yeah, this is Ophelia. Good look. It could be one that you might find enjoyable. So we actually got a lot of different face mods between the this one here, but mainly Hydra base, opening things up big time. So yeah, into class mods now. Also a mini little heads up that the Arcane Vanguard got an update yesterday to add the Helionaut class to console, so you can go check that out as well. We also got ourselves a Mindweaver update too, given the Soul Sign, which I posted a build for yesterday evening, so you can check both of those out as well. And we also got updates to Sumer Dagnot's 5E Fighter subclass combined and their Barbarian subclass combined. Fingers crossed we get Monk and Ranger subclass combined soon. I feel like the Monk is coming, but I just don't know when. But as far as these class mods go, Blood Rager. This one is really fun. I love this. This is one of my actually favorite class mods in Baldur's Gate 3. Basically what this gives is a ability to Blood Rage, which lets you still spell cast while you're in your rage format. Now, it also gets all the fun benefits of adding your Constitution modifier to armor class. You can wear robes and not have the downsides of that. 6 different subclasses, more in the works. The Abyssal Bloodline. This is like a demon. You get the Abyssal Claws, and you get Reckless Claws, 2 claw attacks. My personal favorites are the Shadow and the Verdant Bloodlines, but Fae gives you ability to do some different spells that control characters. The Infernal Bloodline, as the name implies, it adds extra fire damage to your attacks. It's all about the devils. Powers of the hell are made to deal with the devils. Shadow Bloodline is so cool. You get to be able to hide out in darkness. You get immune to blindness. So yeah, great for darkness builds. The Undead gives you somewhere in the path. Death becomes infused with your lineage. So you get the Rush of the Dead. You also get the Summon Undead spells. Verdant Bloodline is my favorite because it's got a really cool playstyle. So basically, you get the Oaken skin here. So when you get an increased armor class. But basically what you can do is you can root yourself into the ground. And this makes it so that you can't move, but you're going to heal yourself over turns. And just gives you an overall bonus to yourself. So you play like a tree. I love trees. So yeah, this one is really, really cool. Highly recommend checking out the Blood Rager. I've done builds on it in the past. If you want to see more, just let me know in the comments. The Ill Rigger here. So this gives you your Baleful Seals, which you do fire and necrotic damage over time. And you do get some different powerful abilities. You also get to choose a proficiency in one of the language skills there. And then there's a bunch of different buffs as you level up, like adding charisma modifier to your armor class while not wearing armor, +1 to saving throws for each hostile creature near you for +5. You can use your charisma modifier for attack and damage rolls. You don't proc opportunity attacks after attacking. The range of your Baleful Indictment is longer. You get a bigger range there. Evading Seal, so you get a bunch of different changes here to your seal attack, which is the main function of this class. I did a build on, so if you want to see it in further detail, you can go check that video out. And as mentioned, here are the subclasses for each of the origins. So like a Shadowheart's one there, you got that cool Shadow Step, the Bind Weapon, you got your special abilities, Dagger Expert. Yeah, it's cool. Orb Bearer for Gale, so you basically get yourself Firebolt, Mage Hand, Ray of Frost, Shield, all the fun spells here, False Life. You also get Channel the Orb, channel the power of the orb to generate a new level 6 spell slot while out of combat. So you can literally regenerate your spell slots with this. So it fits perfectly for Gale. So the orb is volatile and Gale must defend it. And yeah, you get the power of the orb with this one. Blade of Frontiers gives you a flourish attack as a bonus action, knocking the target off balance. And this is actually a free action, basically a bonus action attack like you would normally use your action for. It also gives you the Eldritch Blast, Blade Ward, and Agonizing Blast, and the Daredevil Proximity, so you can do Eldritch Blast at close range. Got the Heart of Fire for Karlach here, 10-year Fury, melee attacks, explode in Hellfire, dealing fire damage in a range around you. You also get the Infernal Heart Rage, which adds fire damage to your attacks while you're raging. You get an extra attack at level 5 whenever you reach that. Super cool. The Lae'zel there, you get the extra attack at level 5 as well. You get the Lesser Githyanki parry at her home crush. Lae'zel's caught a consistent, powerful, effective parry. So whenever you get attacked, you always redirect attack back on them, and you get riposte as well. Night Stalker, Astarion, you get a cunning action hide there. You also get the Vampiric Charm. You get the Fleet of Foot, Supernatural Speed, and the Desperate Vampire. So yeah, you get basically a spell that regenerates your health from the enemy. So super cool. Now, I did have some issues getting the Phoenix Bearer to appear properly, unfortunately, but with the mods I've downloaded. But the Forge Domain's cool because it's about fire damage as a cleric. So a lot of great stuff with this one. I do have a build guide on this already, posted 5 months ago, and my hair was much shorter. So yeah, that is available there if you want to check it out in further detail. A really cool subclass mod. So yeah, I think today's console mod drop was actually fantastic because we got ourselves a bunch of things that people have been waiting for, subclasses that people want to see, new faces. We got ourselves a werewolf form. And yeah, there's a lot of great stuff now on console. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll link all the mods in the description too if you wanted to see them. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. And I'll see y'all in the next video.